Hi, guys. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, all about sports. This is your weekly review in sports, football. It was a great Sunday. I'm going to give you the rundown. What happened is last week I got really busy and I didn't do week 5, so I apologize, but we're at week 6. So we'll just play fast forward. Go through it. We know who won last week. Here's what we're looking at this week. Tom Brady and the Eagles, they played Thursday night. Tom Brady does what he does. But Leonard Fournette, he's running like he's back in the LSU days, trucking people, controlling the ball. Tom terrific. What a great game for them. It was not as close as it looks on the screen here. Jalen Hurts can't hit anyone wide open. He's waiting for people to come open rather than throwing them open. It's pretty bad when you're breaking records on rushing and not on passing, but that's just the way I look at these games. Eagles are 0-3 at home for the first time in forever. That's all I can tell you. So why would I even be happy for them? You know I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm wearing the jersey for a reason, and I had Cowboy fans out there this week telling me, if you're a real Cowboy fan, you'll go for the Eagles because Tampa Bay beat us and we beat the Eagles, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't want the Eagles to win any game, anytime, ever. Tom Brady is 10-1 on 3 days of rest. So when he rests 3 days, you know he's going to win the damn game, and that's it. So he's used to the short weeks. He's used to going this way, but for me personally, I don't bet against him, guys. I just don't. And I don't think I ever will. The next games coming up are going to be the boring ones. I'll get those out of the way. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the Cowboys today. It was really great. But, hey, can I tell you something? Not only is Tom Brady 10-1 on 3 days rest, the other one thing that you should really be looking at, Philadelphia Eagles only had one rushing attempt in the first half of that game. What a damn joke. Certainly for my fantasy football team, considering I have their running back. But you need to run the ball. I don't care if you're trying to play catch up against Tom Brady. Don't do it that way. Run the ball, control the rock, control the time. And you know what? They got what they deserved. They traded Zach Ertz. And I have a question for anyone out there who knows anything about football. Zach Ertz got traded on Thursday. He was already with Arizona on Friday. Now, he played and he scored a touchdown for the Eagles. Great on his final game. But can he then play on Sunday with like as in today with Arizona? I have that question. I don't even know if it's a rule. You're only allowed to play one team or, one game per week. But that would be a crazy thing that if he actually had more games played in a season because he was traded on Thursday and then could have played today on Sunday. I don't know what the rule is. I'm just curious. I'm just throwing it out there. Who cares? Next, we have Miami-Jacksonville. Battle of the Terribles. You know what it is. You know what, guys? I'm a firm believer Jacksonville without Urban Meyer, because Urban Meyer's a problem. He's a distraction. We know he's dating girls in bars. His wife says, oh, he's just a sinner like all of us. No, dude. I'm not out there missing team flights, hanging out with 20-somethings, co-eds, when I could be at home with my team after we just lost and we're 0-5. That's not what I'm doing. But now he's here apologizing to people, and sure enough, they beat Miami. Who cares? Tua's trash, guys. He has so many interceptions thrown throughout the year. And I'm not a big fan of either team, but Jacksonville has promising stars. I was looking at it. I put little notes down here for me so I don't lose track. Jacksonville's 1-20, okay? 1-20 over the last 21 games. This is their one win versus a terrible Miami team. Miami has one good player, Jalen Waddle. If you guys haven't seen him, he's catching balls, he's doing things, he's moving. But it's tough when you have a guy like Tua who throws 5 interceptions in the last 4 games. Tua's not a great quarterback for me. I don't like Alabama quarterbacks. I never have. I've yet to see a good one. Jalen Hurts is no different. And now you're looking at Tua. It's not any good either. But James Robinson, Marvin Jones Jr., and Trevor Lawrence, all three. One's a wide receiver, running back, and quarterback for Jacksonville. That's their three-headed monster. They're a bunch of good guys, not great. One day they might be great, but I'll tell you, it's not going to happen with that coaching staff. I'm not a believer in Urban Meyer. I think he's going to be in somebody's living room next year, if not USC, trying to recruit some potential 18-year-olds to come to practice and do things like that. He'll win you over in the living room. He will not win you over on the sideline. That's my opinion. Jacksonville, good job on the first win of the season. First win in, 21 games? I'm not worried about it. A Washington football team, I don't want to call them the Redskins. I don't want to, badmouth them that bad. But Kansas City's not a good team, guys. Kansas City's not a good team, but Washington, you've given up over 30 points in 4 straight games. I'm telling you, that's a record for you guys. You guys normally don't do that. Kansas City has Patrick Mahomes, who's thrown an interception in 5 straight games. That is just wild. He's getting reckless with the ball because he has to. He doesn't have much. He's out here peddling with what he has. But I'll tell you what's happening in that AFC West. The Raiders, they're not what you think they are. They're not that good. And we'll talk about that in a minute. San Diego lost. Denver lost because the Raiders beat them. And now you have Kansas City winning. So it's really thick in there. But you know what, guys? Washington has not beaten Kansas City since 1983. Since Joe Theismann, a.k.a. Theismann, beat them. And he won the MVP that year. But there's no way in 1980, you haven't won since then? You haven't beat this Kansas City Chiefs team who just wins regular season games? I know they have one Super Bowl. I'm not impressed. But that's just what I'm looking at here. Two teams struggling. I know the records show it, 2-4, 3-3. They're in the thick of both races in the league. Well, Washington's never going to get there. I'm sorry. The Cowboys are running away with the NFC East. There's no catching them at this point. They've beaten every team they faced with the exception of a, 12-second little kick by Tom Brady. Yeah, shouldn't have lost that game. But we can go forward. We don't have to keep looking at Patrick Mahomes running around like a chicken with his head cut off, throwing the ball deep. Rams. Or is this Rams? Yeah, it is. Rams and Giants. Don't let me move the screen around too much. Guys, Giants are not a football team. They're 1-5, scored 11 points. You know what the Cowboys did to them. Put all their players on notice. These guys are all on IR. Sterling Shepard, good wide receiver, still getting targets even after coming back, after being out for 3 weeks. But the Rams are something else. The Rams have a very good defense. Aaron Donald is something to really worry about. Ramsey's great. But you want to talk about Cooper Kupp. Anyone out there? Second best wide receiver in the league right now. Most targets in the league right now through 6 games. He is phenomenal. Cooper Kupp is underrated, or is he? Everyone knows who he is. They know what he's doing. You have a real quarterback now. You don't have Jared Goff back there doing a long windup. Look where it's getting him right now. I'm going to go over that Detroit game in a minute. But I promise you, Stafford has Kupp, and they're on the same page, and they're looking like it, and they look great. So the crazy stat that I have for you right now for Los Angeles Rams are they are 39-0 since 2017 when leading at the half. Goodness gracious, don't let them win at the half, guys. But that's what I have here. They did score 28 points in the second quarter. The game was over after that, right? So 28 points in the second quarter, most points in a quarter since the greatest show on turf. I tell you, that's something to live up to. But Rams, good luck getting the Super Bowl. I know a couple of teams are going to take you out. Well, one already did 2 weeks ago, and now you still got to go through other teams like Dallas. But let's go Indianapolis and Houston. Houston's the worst team in the NFL. Davis Mills, 2 last names, bro. You're not ready to play in this league. Indiana looked great against them, and Indiana's terrible. So you know how that's going to play out. But the Colts have 2 wins now. Houston, 1 win, 5 losses, and they look the part. Indianapolis has this quarterback by the name of Carson Wentz. 3 games in a row, he has 100 quarterback rating, and people are excited. I'm not. They still lost one of those games. So I'm not impressed with either team. That was a battle of nothing. I'm not even going to give them 10 more seconds to even talk about it. It's that bad. Next, Cincinnati. Yeah, are they real? They're real tough. They're real tough. They're out here beating up on the 0-6 Detroit Lions. I said this years ago. I don't know. There was not a stream here to talk about it. But Jared Goff is the most overrated quarterback I've ever seen in my life, and it's going to stay that way. He is 0-9 last 9 games. This guy is terrible. That's why the Rams got rid of him. The Rams went to the Super Bowl with him. That just tells you how great they were that year, and they couldn't win. Whatever. Cincinnati looks great. Joe Burrow is out here throwing the rock to all his favorite wide receivers. Joe Mixon's controlling the ball. They have a good team. I really like, but I can't gauge them off a team where they're actually, or off this game where they're beating up on an 0-6. You know what Jared Goff is? Jared Goff, I don't know if I told you guys this on here or if I said it on live, but Jared Goff actually dressed up as an NFL player, but he dressed up as a college walk-on, and it was like a prank, right? And it's all over on YouTube. You can watch the video. He dresses up with a wig, and he acts like he's just some transfer. And it's supposed to be like the greatest thing ever. He's supposed to go out there and air it out against college kids and show you just the elite level difference between NFL and college. You couldn't see the difference. It looked like any other college kid. I could do the throws. I swear to you. Go get the tape. Let's go. But I'm telling you guys, I'm not impressed with that team. And Detroit, they're going for 0-20 at this point. And I know it's only 0-17, but trust me, they're trash. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a battle between them and Chicago every week for the worst team in that division. But speaking of, here's Green Bay, here's Chicago. In the words of your boy, Aaron, I called him Aaron, no. Aaron Rodgers, I'm sorry, that's my other channel, where my other videos. Okay, Aaron Rodgers, guys, straight up. He said he owns Chicago. He does own them. The last 22 games that they have played, he is 19-3. This guy can get out there and get it. Khalil Mack still get a sack. 5 straight games with a sack. Good job, Khalil Mack. No, you are not ready for what Green Bay's bringing. They're actually balling right now. Good for them. They're about the top 4 team in the nation or in the league, whatever, behind Arizona, Cowboys, and the Rams. So I got Green Bay maybe number 4, somewhere give or take. I have to look it over. Maybe Baltimore sneaks in. I'm not a big believer in Baltimore. Still can't be, and I'll explain why in a minute. Oh, yeah, by the way, Green Bay, real. Really putting it on them. That's all I can tell you. Baltimore, here's why I can't be a believer, because I know the Chargers are no good. Okay, I know Justin Herbert's no good. Everyone wants to give him credit right away. This guy's the next thing up and coming. He's not. And I'll tell you what, these guys, Baltimore beat them, slapped them across the face. Wasn't even close. But Lamar Jackson threw 2 picks, man. He's not a good quarterback. He's a shot putter. He runs the ball, whatever. This is not a good, guys, I'm telling you, it always happens. It always happens. It does. The only thing that they are good at, Baltimore, okay, they have a crazy stat that you guys are not ready for. They have 53 touchdowns by Lamar Jackson. 53 touchdowns he's thrown in the red zone. 0 interceptions. That is phenomenal for a career. He has not thrown 1 pick in the red zone, period. I know he runs the ball a lot. But to have 53 touchdowns, he's doing something great in there, in that red zone era. But I'm telling you guys right now, he's Mr. October. He's the spooky one. He's 9-0 in his career in October. So should I just go bet on him now for next week? Guys, I'm not a believer of Baltimore. I can't be, and I never will be. And it's not because my brother's a fan from time to time, but I'm telling you right now, that quarterback will lose you the game when the time comes. I saw the 2 picks he threw, all his fault. Just wait. He's no Dak. He's not one of those elite level quarterbacks, and they keep putting him in that damn conversation, and it actually hurts. It hurts just every time I read it. It's like, it's gross. It puts a foul taste. Look at it. You had Derek Carr up for MVP. You had Justin Herbert up for MVP. It's somebody new every week that everyone's riding high on. They're riding high on Lamar Jackson right now. Not me. I can't do it, and I won't do it. Minnesota, Carolina. Guys, this is a battle of who wants to win and who doesn't, and none of them wanted to win. Overtime, walk-off, good for them. Kirk Cousins does his thing. Carolina, oh God, Sam Darnold does nothing. That game's not even worth. I'm serious, guys. That game right there, we knew Carolina was fake when they were 3-0. Now they're 3-3. We knew Minnesota was decent at 1-2, 1-3, 1-4. Or I'm sorry, 1-3. And now they're 3-3. So it's just 2 even teams that'll get lost in the mix somewhere in the wild cards. Nothing elite about these 2 teams, so I don't worry about it. And hey, Trey, go get excited about this damn game because no one else is, okay? It was a trash-ass game. Even a walk-off, overtime game, nobody even cared. Nobody really watched it. No, everyone wants to watch these Cowboys. You know what it is. Arizona beat up on Cleveland. It's bad because Cleveland didn't have their running back. It's that simple. I don't care what Arizona has or doesn't have. Arizona's a great offensive team and defensive team. They're a great team. You don't go 6-0 by luck. You don't. And they have it. They have it in gallons, man. DeAndre Hopkins, 6 touchdowns in 6 games. The number 1 wide receiver in the NFL. I tell you, CeeDee Lamb's looking great after today. But these are good teams playing each other. Cleveland's a solid team, guys. It's not a bad team. It looks like it, but it's not. Their defense is real. Myles Garrett has 8 sacks in the first 6 games for the second time in his career since his helmet swinging incident. But I'll just fast forward right here because you know what a game I want to talk about coming up. But the Raiders beat Teddy Mittens. Teddy Mittens threw another pick. Abrams got that pick at the end of the game. Good for them. No, Broncos aren't real. They never were. They were 3-0. Now they're 0-3 in the last 3 games. And the Raiders, sure, they got to win. Good for them. It's emotional. But let me know when you start playing the real teams. We'll remind you when we see you Thanksgiving. Because here you go. Oh, you know what? I'm going to skip it. I'm not going to do it. Let's go to Seattle Pitt. Seattle Pitt was tonight, and sure enough, Pittsburgh beat them. Seattle has no quarterback. Geno Smith. Somebody actually tried to tell me he looked good last week. I go, bro, it was 1 drive. 1 touchdown in a game that meant nothing because they were still down by double touchdowns. So it doesn't even matter. Now you got to go out there and start. They game plan for you. And Geno Smith, you look like it was 2014 again. So good for you, bro. It wasn't going to happen. Big Ben and them aren't even good. And here they are, 3-3, struggling, fighting, inching. Now you got Cleveland, you got Pittsburgh, you got Cincinnati, All those teams in the mix, looking very thick right there in the AFC North. I believe that's where they're at. I don't know much. But, hey, Seattle, it's over. The run's over. Tell Pete Carroll to retire. Tell Kid Norton Jr. to get a new job. Have him go coach down at UCLA, do something, or USC, wherever he wants to go. But last game I want to talk about, guys. The greatest. Cowboys versus New England. What a game. What a game. Put you on notice. Heart was beating. My wife recorded the game for me. I just spent 2 hours watching it, watching the highlights, getting a good feel for it. That's why the video is late. I don't give a damn. Are you serious right now? Where do we start? Do you want to start with the MVP of the league? The MVP of the whole damn league. The NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Dak Prescott. The man has more 400-yard passing games than any quarterback in NFL history at the start of his career right now. After the first 4 or 5 seasons, he has more than everybody, including Dan Marino. So your guy Dak is doing it that big. And you look at him. Out here throwing dimes on the run, hitting CeeDee Lamb, 149 yards, 9 catches. CeeDee Lamb looked great, 2 touchdowns. Overtime, walk-off touchdown. Did it with flair. Now, we had a couple of mishaps. We had a safety overplay a pass. Looked like Trayvon Diggs got burned, but he didn't. It wasn't his fault. Safety needs to learn how to play. Trayvon Diggs had another pick. This is wild. Is it 7 interceptions in 6 games? Guys, 7 interceptions in 6 games. That is, for me, an NFL record because I don't even know what the record is at this point. But when are you going to stop throwing it his way? I want to know. Micah Parsons is still doing his thing. He's out here balling too. Cowboys look great, guys. That defense creates turnovers. Even when they're down, they're not out. I thought the game was over when it was 21-20 with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left, and Greg Zuerlein missed a field goal. And guess what? I was gladly surprised that they went ahead and pulled it out. Now, you have the best defensive player in the league. You do. And that's Trayvon Diggs. He will be the defensive player of the year. Book it now because what else can you do at this point? The Cowboys are 5-1. They're the hottest team in the NFL next to Arizona. Put them neck and neck for all I care. But I promise you guys, Dak Prescott is the NFL MVP, and I'm going to feel great about it when it happens. Him, Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons, Ezekiel Elliott, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper. You tell me where we want to stop. Best team in the NFL, hands down. Most entertaining NFL team to watch, period. And I'm going to be so happy. Next week, they're on a bye. I might not even watch a game. I might even do a recap video. Dallas Cowboys looking amazing as always. Monday Night Football is going to be Buffalo and Tennessee. We're going to find out what Buffalo has because Tennessee has their weapons back. They have Derrick Henry running. Julio Jones is out there at wide receiver. And Tannehill's going to do his thing. That's a playoff winning team out there. And we're going to see what they can do up against Buffalo. They're going to be at home on a Monday night. I'm excited. Get out there, watch the game. I'll be live tomorrow morning for the Stock Talk. But I'm going to tell you right now, Dallas Cowboys, I said it week 1 of preseason. They're going to win this damn Super Bowl, and I'm not coming off of it. How can you? The record's real. I love it, guys. Keep going. Oh, man, you know what? Let me give this little one because he deserves it. Trayvon Diggs, keep throwing the ball at him, please. I encourage you guys. They used to throw the ball at Deion Sanders for the first 4 years of his career before they figured out they couldn't go his way. When are you going to figure out you can't go this man's way? This man is a man amongst boys, and he looks amazing. I love it. And not to mention, not just the Cowboys, but everybody. I love this team. How about them Cowboys? 5-1. Raiders, you still suck. And who's the coach? No one knows. Have a great night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll still be around. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I'll see you around, millionaires.